Cathy. Hi, Kylie. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Cathy with Live with Cathy and Bella Mommy. And I wanted to ask you guys, what similarities do you have to your character, and what do you love about your character the most?
Oh, can I go first? I'd say me and Amiko are like both fierce, a little bit mischievous, fun, and fighters. But Amiko's a little more braver than me because sometimes I get a little scared, like right now, this interview, because it's something I'm not used to.
And I'll go next. So Little Mama actually is a character very true to home. She's actually my mom. I'm an immigrant and my mom is an immigrant, and my mom is the most fierce, brave, strong person I know, coming here to the States in her 40s and embracing a whole new world and culture and language. And just like Little Mama, she's afraid of change, and she sees a dog come into town, and of course she's scared because dogs represent danger and change is scary. But just as the wisdom of elderly folks come into play, Little Mama realizes, with the help of Emiko, that Hank is the true samurai and that his intentions are the same as the citizens of Kakamucho, wanting to be in a safe and peaceful town.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Christina.
Hello, my name is Carter and I'm with the Patricios. My question is, if you could film one of the scenes in live action, which one would it be?
Oh, and who would you like to address your question to?
Both.
It's for both of us?
Yes, if you both could answer.
Maybe like when we're battling, like, yeah, when I'm going like, aha, or something like that. I think, yeah, that would be cool to do in real life.
How much of a spoiler can I give away in this? Well, there is quite an epic scene that involves a toilet. And if we could actually film that in real life and to see what that would entail, but obviously with the safety of not creating an epic flood, but the idea of a huge toilet bowl that is used to flood a town seems like at least a good amusement park ride at the very least.
Thanks.
All right, next question goes to Nicole.
Hi, Cathy. Hi, Kylie. My question is for Cathy. Cathy, you have done some amazing voice acting before, between video games and series for Nickelodeon, before. And I was curious, how was this any different, with voicing Little Mama? How did you have to prepare different because you're voicing a feline, a fierce feline at that?
It's actually, Nicole, this is a great question. It's the perfect medley of all the kismet things that were meant to be in my life. So take my mom, and also the fact that for 13 years, my only roommates were 5 cats. So it was the perfect embodiment of what fate should have given to me. And it was so delightful to be able to meld something that's very true to home, something very authentic to me, as fun and spirited as my mother, and also to put in that cat element. It was just a creative delight.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question goes to Louis.
Hi, I'm Louis from 3 Decades, 3 Kids. My question's for both of you. What was your favorite part of working on Paws of Fury?
You want to go? Oh, go ahead. You can go. Yeah, I was going to say, go.
I'd say when I'm doing like the ADR sessions, because I get to see like parts of the animation draft and sketches. It was really good to see.
I think the funnest thing about this project was, it will always remain very dear to my heart. When I got word that I had booked this project, it was during the height of COVID. And so at the time, I really didn't know what the other side was going to look like. And the production, Rob Minkoff, sent us this incredible attaché case. It was like being spies, like voiceover spies. And so you took all of this equipment inside of this huge briefcase with the stands and the microphones and the soundboards and everything. And then he recorded himself 007 style and gave us full instructions on how to put all of this equipment together. And the bulk of this project was filmed in my closet. So this project will always be that silver lining in this, you know, part of a kind of a dark period. And also my closet will never be the same.
Thanks so much.
Next question goes to Annika.
Hi, I'm outside, so excuse the mask. So my question is actually for both of you. I wanted to know, how did you choose your voice style for your characters?
I basically use my own voice, I think.
In creating Little Mama, Rob Minkoff and Mark and everybody on board the creative side were very open to ideas and suggestions. We tried it a number of different ways. At the end of the day, I decided authenticity was the most important aspect. And my mom and my dad are immigrants. We've been here now as long as they were in Korea before bringing us here to America. And for me, it was really important to show a very authentic side of that Asian diaspora, because especially in Little Mama being the eldest member of Kakamucho, who's probably 100 years old in cat years, it was important to me that you would hear that generation in an authentic manner. And so the perfect medley of having had cats as roommates for a very long while and my mom, it just felt very kismet and creatively right for the role.
Awesome, thank you.
Next question goes to Cathy.
I have so many questions, but Cathy, since you brought up COVID, as you said, you guys were in your closets or in the bathroom, wherever it might be. How did you pimp out your closets? Like, how did you, and Kylie, where were you doing your voiceovers? And at one point, did you guys ever come together just to say, let's do a scene together?
Kylie and I just met today.
Oh, okay.
But Kylie has a really interesting commitment to her character in shooting this in her house.
I'll go first. The studio sent me like a bunch of recording equipment, which my mom and dad helped me set up. And we didn't know where to put my voiceover booth. So we just decided to put it in my room. And I also had to wear like a blanket over my head for a few hours.
The closet just became, oh, sorry, go ahead. The closet for me just became a natural carryover, just because all of my auditions happen in my closet. It's kind of the perfect sound barrier with all the clothes muffled in. And it also has doors. So it's the one place that I have a little bit of privacy from the children. So if my closet door is closed, they know that there's crazy voices coming out of there. They know that mom is working. So it just kind of became like a natural solution to creating a workspace at home.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Christina.
This question is for Kylie. If you could have voiced any other character, what would it be and why?
Jimbo, maybe, because like he's so funny, and then it's like I don't know how to explain this. It's just so funny, and then it's fun to do like a interesting, different kind of voice other than my own voice.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Nicole.
Hey, Kylie, this question is for you. You are a dancer, a singer, an actress, and now voice acting. You know, you can add that one to the list. I was curious, what you kind of had to do to prepare to pay Emiko, this little cute Persian-eyed cat. I know you guys filmed at home, but I was curious, were you in certain scenes like having to act out some of this stuff with your parents to make it like really authentic? I wanted to know a little bit about the process.
Yeah, I kind of my parents helped me like how to say it in like different ways because you kind of have to do like 3 times. You kind of have to like record it 3 times different ways. And yeah, my parents helped me with that. And yeah, they just helped me with how to do it this way or that way or emphasize different kind of words or something like that.
Awesome. Well, you did a good job.
Thank you.
Next question is to Louis.
Hi. So you guys mentioned that this is for both of you. You mentioned that the two of you just met today. I'm curious, given the way that this was put together, what kind of interaction, if any, did you have with the rest of the cast?
We didn't meet them yet. So I'm just so excited to meet them at the premiere. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's just an honor. I mean, we've got such legends and icons. It's such an honor to be sharing the big screen with heroes, people that I admire and also look up to and are huge fans of. So I think we're both very much looking forward to the premiere for a number of reasons.
Right, next question is to Annika.
Hi, I wanted to know, in what way are you similar to the character you play? Or if you're not, is there something about their character that you wish you had in your personality, something about their personality that you're like, oh, I wish I had more of that, or I can be like that?
I'd say we're both like pretty fearless and powerful and will not really back down from a challenge. And I think we both kind of have like a true spirit of a samurai.
I think what I have in common with Little Mama is I'm deathly afraid of change. I feel like even as I get older, even more so now, I'm so reticent to change my ways because I've become like this dinosaur. And just like Little Mama, my children kind of lead the way. They have these ideas and thoughts that are so original and so inventive and enlightening. And it's really neat to see the world through their eyes and how embracive they are to diversity and all sorts of inclusion so early on, even now, and new ideas. So for those reasons, I see a lot of myself in Little Mama.
Thank you both.
All right, next question goes to Cathy.
So, have you both seen the movie in its entirety? What did you think? And what, without giving too much away, because the movie is exceptional, what is your favorite scene?
Yes, I watched the movie with my family, and it was really funny, yeah. And I think my favorite scene was when Sumo was like on the pig thing, and it was so funny. It's like yeah. And then I also really like when Emiko and Hank were like playing with origami, but then Emiko gives like a teaching moment with him, and it helps Hank throughout the whole movie.
I have to piggyback off of Kylie. I loved any scene with Emiko and with Hank, specifically even that origami scene, the Hank gummy scene, without giving too much away, just such an endearing relationship and so inspirational, and how she was able to inspire him to find his courage and to persevere. I just love the dynamic, that relationship between Hank and Emiko.
It was wonderful. Thank you.
And I'm going to give the next question to Vina, who just joined us.
Hi, sorry for being late. You may have already answered this, so forgive me if you already have. I was more wondering, did you have pets growing up, or Kylie, right now that kind of inspired the voices that you're voicing?
Well, I never have pets, but my relatives and family like have a cat and dog, so I sometimes play with them. No, I kind of used my own voice and made it a little bit more younger and cuter, I think.
I, growing up, always had dogs. I was team dog. And then I went away to college and I had 5 cats as my roommates for 13 years. And so I was surrounded by these low maintenance, independent creatures, and I just fiercely fell in love with them. And now, as generations apple doesn't fall far from the tree, my son has hoarded a collection of stuffed kitties. And so we do a lot of kitty voices in this house. So it's really come in handy to have had all of these cat conversations with my roommates when I was single and on my own and the crazy cat lady.
Thank you.
All right, next question goes to Christina.
All right.
Hi, my name is Carter. The question is for both of you. What made you want to be part of this film?
Well, it was just a normal audition for me from my agent, and my mom recorded the audition takes on her phone. And a few weeks later, I got a call back. And I was so excited because I was able to meet the directors, Rob and Mark, casting directors and producers. And a little while after that, I got a call from my agent and manager saying that I booked the role of Emiko. And I was just so thrilled. I was jumping up and down. And I really fell in love with the character Emiko because she's just so fearless and powerful. And she has very good instincts and has a strong willingness to help Hank save the village.
What really took me about this project, I was very fortunate. I came on board this project almost a year before I actually got word that I had booked the role of Little Mama. Rob Minkoff, the director, brought me in early on in the development process, and he was incredibly open and really nurtured this creative process of throwing in ad libs and voices and character traits, and especially the female component of it. But what really captured me about this script was the theme of acceptance. This, the golden rule of life, not to judge a book by its cover. And clearly, there's not a more epic rivalry than cats versus dog. And you could easily judge a book by its cover and say, dogs are scary and they're terrible and they're such dangerous creatures. But the fact that this movie embraces this idea of acceptance and not judging a book by its cover, and to see past those differences and realize that the similarities from within are the most important things in life, and so much funner to find those similarities rather than having those differences. I just think this is a movie that's so important right now. And the fact that we can watch this together as a family, my son, who's 5, this will be his first movie to watch in the theater, and my daughter is 9. And so I'm over the moon to be able to be in a theater together with them to watch this movie together with a live audience.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carter.
All right, we have time for one last question from Nicole.
Thank you. Kind of piggybacking off of what you just said, Cathy. I was curious on both of your perspectives, what you guys were hoping, families would take away from the film. And Kylie, I would love the perspective of what you think kids would take away from, this movie. And then Cathy, being a parent, what do you think parents could take away from the film?
The message about this movie is about like Hank's journey from being an outcast to a town hero in the cat village. And it's something that people can somewhat relate to because like Hank, you may not feel like you belong or not welcomed in a place. And the message, and also the message is about to follow your heart at all costs and finding out who you are. And it also allows like other children like me to dream bigger, feel welcomed in a new place, and again, embrace who you are.
For myself as a parent, I think the big takeaway as a parent that I would embrace with this movie is allowing our children to see that differences are actually a beautiful thing. Sometimes, you find you have the best friends that you'll find in life are the ones that you don't have everything in common with. My daughter specifically, we go through these conversations all the time. She's looking for that person, that best friend, that person, that companion that has all the same likes and interests. And she's very unique and singular, and she has yet to really find that. But it's important to not just walk away from somebody because on outer appearances, it seems like you guys have too many differences, that you never know what friendships can evolve when you really embrace and accept each other for your differences and talk about those things. Because then it's so much more interesting when you have different points of view, when you have different interests, then you can teach each other those things. And so I think this is a great take home, message for parents to be able to talk with their kids about, to accept everybody for your differences and find those similarities. That's so much more important and so much more fun. Find those similarities with each other.
Thank you both.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us for this roundtable today, but that concludes it.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you.